So hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Trout season has just begun, and as you guys know, I've had a new arrival, which means my schedule's been messed up a little bit, but I'm still able to find time every now and again to get out onto the bank and make videos. So I'm out today after trout. My aim was to use small jerkbaits, as I've had my best luck with jerkbaits in the past for big trout. Unfortunately, the water is way too high and coloured. In fact, I'm going to struggle wading some of this today because it's so deep and so mucky. I had no action for the first hour. I've been using jerkbaits, and I just changed over to an Abu Garcia fast attack spinner, and I had some attention straight away from a small trout. So that's put me in a good mood now. Fingers crossed I can get some on the bank. I'm going to jump in the water now, do some wading, hopefully don't drown, and fingers crossed put some trout on the bank. So we're about to get fishing now. I'm in the river. It's very cold, it's very high. Normally this would be about ankle deep here, and it's time to catch some fish. So I'm going to tell you the setup that I'm using. It's a little bit heavier to what I've been enjoying using on this river. Normally I like going ultralight for the trout, but with the water conditions being up, coloured, more snags, we're a bit heavier. It's Abu Garcia Spike X 3 to 14 gram rod. I've got, I think that's 16-pound braid on there, 8-pound fluorocarbon leader, and then we're fishing with some little spinners. Absolute perfect trout candy. Let's get some on the bank. There we go, fish on, fish on. Still a lovely little brown trout. We'll unline this one. Make life easy for ourselves. Really simple to unhook. Debarb the hooks. It's a wonderful, oh, there we go, a little brown trout. That is awesome. So much fun to catch. Just a shame the water's not clear. Just make it harder. Currently clutching onto my waders because some areas are getting really deep now. I think I might have to hop out the water in a minute and walk along some of the banking until I find some shallower water, and maybe have a few casts from the bank too, because it is getting super sketchy. Fish on. I had to get out of the water here because it just got way too deep. With this river's up, I can't wade the whole thing anymore. Still going to scoop up in the net though, even though it's only a little lighter. Just handling very carefully because I've not wet my hands in this swim. Just lightly hooked. Beautiful little brown trout. Let's drop him down here. See you later, buddy. Jesus, that made me jump. Oh, there we go. Yes! Little tiny brownie, man. Work my hand. Proper lot of perfection in miniature. Absolutely crushed that spin. It jumped out of the water for it the first time. Beautiful little brownie. God, I love these little diddy brown trout. There we go. Oh, that was awesome. We tried to hit it a few times. God, he's crazy. Calm down, calm down. Oi, stop. I get it, you're a brownie, you're vegetable. Beautiful little brownie. As of my next session, I think, when I come out for the trout. But that little spinner's working really, really well this session. Nailing these beautiful little trout. Just jumped back in the water as well. So at this point I realised I had just 1 hour left of the session, and it was a toss-up between carrying on with where I was and catching small trout, or potentially risking it all and going to an area which doesn't have many fish at all, but when you do catch one, it does have a real good chance of being a big one. And I decided it was time to risk it all and see if I could get one bite from one big fish to end the session. Oh, there we go. That's a good trout. That's a huge trout. Oh, Jesus. Come on. Come on. That's a beast. This could be close to a PB. An absolute beast of a wild brown trout, and I'm really struggling to land it. We've got it, and it is friggin' huge. That is the biggest brown trout I've ever caught. Look at the spinner just on the edge of his mouth. What an absolute unit. First trout of the season, and it's a personal best. It's got to be. There we go, it's unhooked on that little Abu spinner. What a beast. Right, I'm going to let this one rest in the net down here, and then we'll get it weighed and take a good look at it. That's a monster brown. I've just caught the biggest brown trout of my life. And unfortunately, I didn't bring me scales. Well, I'm going to have to try and rely on you guys to give me an estimate on the size of this trout. Biggest one I've ever caught. But previous to this one, my biggest was 4.5 pounds. This is definitely bigger than that. I would dare say 5 pounds, or very, very close anyway. I'd say that's the biggest one I've ever caught. I'm going to measure it, see if it's the longest I've ever caught, but that is an absolute unit of a brownie. Nailed on that little spinner. Well, looks like we're not measuring it either. So guys, I've just caught the biggest trout of my life. It could have been a 6 pounder. I mean, I don't know, I didn't weigh it. I thought I'd not brought me scales, right? So I sat down, I'm eating a bit of scran, good old Monster Munch. You can't beat Monster Munch, can you? And it dawned on me, I remembered, I brought my scales, but I just put them in a different pocket. The scales are right there. No! For God's sake. So I think I should probably wrap it up about there. What a way to end the session. Massive trout. God knows how big it was. Let me know in the comment section below. I didn't think I had my scales. I was searching around in my bag, couldn't find them anywhere. Turns out I put them in a pocket on the bottom of the bag. Didn't even think to check, but that trout could have been a 6 pounder for all I know. Absolutely fantastic. If you want to check out the spinner that I used today and the setup that I used today, I'll leave it all down in the description below. These have been some tough conditions today. Generally in the poo, mucky water, I generally don't get many bites, but it seems to be spinner is king when the water conditions are like this. I had probably 5 or 6 fish altogether, including that massive one at the end. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to, like the video. If you want to subscribe, feel free, and I'll catch you guys later.